Titanic and having somebody say, wouldn't, more lifeboats be good? The difference between figuring that out after you hit the iceberg and figuring it out before you leave port is literally life and death. So I just want to start with this because I don't think we take it serious enough. I don't think we understand how complex it is. I don't think we understand how dangerous it is, and it has all sorts of implications. Second, almost no one appreciates the scale of scientific change that is coming down the road. You will have at least 4 times as much scientific change in the next quarter century as you had in the last quarter century. And the reasons are pretty straightforward. There are more scientists alive today than in all of previous human history. They have larger research budgets. They're connected by cell phone and email. They're then connected by venture capital and licensing. And they're then connected to China and India's centers of production. Now, if you just take that equation, it is almost inconceivable, barring a major war, that you're not going to have wave after wave of scientific discovery dramatically changing how we do things, how we think about things, how we understand things. And it's an area where the U.S. is, to a peculiar degree, slowly and steadily decaying. I mean, the failure of our math and science education programs are breathtaking. And we talk about it. The Nation at Risk came out in 1983. We've been talking about this for over 20 years, and nothing substantive has been done. And most Americans do not appreciate the degree to which we relied in the 20th century on 3 great waves of scientists. The Nazis drove an entire generation out of Europe. Then the communists drove a generation out of Europe and China. Leading the planet involves a complexity of leadership and communication that is not possible in the current system. We have to rethink the State Department, the National Security Council, the way we operate as a system in order to be able to handle the level of complexity that is absolutely unavoidable if you're going to lead the planet. And if we don't learn how to do that, we will steadily isolate ourselves and not be capable of leading the planet. Unavoidable because all of the lobbying and interest groups are minimalization groups. They all have what they want. And so when you walk in and say we need really large-scale change, everybody in Washington goes, are you nuts? And this has been true for 200 years. I mean, the Jeffersonians didn't change Washington inside the Federalist world. The Jeffersonians won the fight in the countryside, and they changed who was in Washington. Reagan just did the same thing. FDR did the same thing in 32. This is the absolute natural pattern. So that politics in Washington tends to be defined by that week's overblown story that is covered with maniacal intensity and that very often has more heat than light attached to it.